All right, today we are diving deep. We're going to look past all the market noise and get right into the heart of the Cardano ecosystem. We're talking about the real activity, the actual progress from the projects that are building its future, right now.
You know, any ecosystem is so much more than its market price. It's a living, breathing economy. And its true health, well, that's measured by the progress of the projects actually building inside of it. And believe me, several key projects on Cardano are making some serious moves.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the rewards engine, how real value is being created. Then, how projects are bridging to the real world. After that, we'll dive into exploring digital worlds and finally cover the future foundation being built before we wrap up with our takeaway.
First up, the rewards engine. This is all about the bottom line, right? We're talking about projects that aren't just promising some value way off in the future. No, they are delivering tangible returns and real financial rewards to their communities as we speak.
So that gets us to the big question. How are they actually doing it? How is this value being created? Well, let's kick things off with a project called Walkers, because they just gave a masterclass in rewarding their community.
So, the Walkers team just distributed this absolutely massive number to their Geolocation NFT holders. Yeah, that's over 870 million WLK tokens. It's a huge figure, but what does a number that big actually mean in the real world?
It means this. That giant pile of tokens works out to a total of 4,200 ADA, sent out to 630 different holders. All of a sudden, that kind of abstract number becomes very real. Tangible value, landing right in people's wallets.
And this just perfectly captures the team's commitment. They're not just talking a big game here. This quote just shows how focused they are on delivering on their main promise, creating a real, passive income-generating asset for their holders.
So, let's get into the mechanics behind these rewards. This isn't just some one-off payment. It's built to be a sustainable system. You've got regular buybacks that feed the rewards, plus they're offering really compelling yields for staking and for providing liquidity. And the early results, they speak for themselves, with a 20% boost to their market cap right out of the gate.
Now let's pivot to another project, Titans, which is generating rewards in a completely different way, Bitcoin mining. Their main miner, which they nicknamed Bertha, is back online and is projected to generate up to $800 in revenue every single day. And as they bring more miners online, that's expected to create direct buying pressure for their own token. Next up is Banker Labs. Their token, Bank, is designed to capture value from a whole bunch of different revenue streams. Rewards are flowing in from their financial products, their main Genesis verticals, and even from trading fees on their decentralized exchange. The team actually describes it as a way to dollar-cost average into the growth of their entire ecosystem. Pretty cool. Okay, let's shift gears. Time for our second theme, bridging to the real world. This is where blockchain stops being this isolated thing and actually starts plugging into the services and institutions that we all use every single day. World Mobile is a fantastic example of this. Through their partnership with Uphold, they're plugging right into the traditional paycheck. US users can set up direct deposit and automatically get 6% crypto back in World Mobile's token. It's a super simple way to get a stake in their network just by, well, getting paid.
And their real-world connections don't stop there. They are actively expanding their physical, community-owned mobile network. The next chance for someone to actually become an AirNode operator and be part of this sharing economy is coming up on October 29th. And just a heads up, these things sell out incredibly fast.
Now here's another take on real-world adoption from a project called Trifecta, and they're aiming for the education sector. Their strategy is just a classic, smart go-to-market approach. First, partner with an expert who has connections, then launch a free pilot program to prove that the concept works, and then you use that success to scale up.
All right, from the physical world, let's jump straight into the digital. Our third section is all about the projects that are building new frontiers in gaming and the metaverse, creating these really immersive experiences for all of us. Infinity Rising is totally changing the game for player housing. They're launching apartments that are so much more than just static rooms. We're talking modular interiors that give you creative freedom, ways to earn or own your space just by playing, and it's all integrated with the game's reward system. This is what true digital ownership actually looks like.
For our final section, let's look at the bedrock. We're talking about the foundational tools and infrastructure that are going to power the next wave of applications on Cardano. I mean, think about one of the most fundamental challenges for any online business, recurring payments. How do you handle subscriptions or regular fees on a blockchain in a way that's simple and automated? It's a huge problem that needs a solution for so many business models to even work.
Well, the Nucast team's answer is just so simple and powerful. They built it. They have created a system for automated recurring payments using native ADA, that's Cardano's own currency, which makes these kinds of transactions a breeze for developers to build with.
And looking even further into the future, we're seeing entirely new blockchains being built on Cardano. The partner chain Midnight is starting a new phase very soon, with its mainnet launch planned for late 2025. The potential for a new blue-chip asset to be born here has the entire ecosystem watching very, very closely.
So, what's the crucial point in all this? It's that when you piece all these individual updates together, a really clear picture starts to form. We are seeing projects deliver real financial rewards, build actual bridges to the real world, and create the foundational tools that are needed for future growth. These aren't just isolated events. They are the vital signs of a healthy, maturing ecosystem.
And that leaves us with one final thought. We've seen the rewards, the real-world bridges, the new digital worlds, and the foundational layers all being built at the same time. With all of these moving parts finally gaining real momentum, the truly exciting question is, what is this living economy going to look like a year from now?